Friends, 1001 days of war between Russia and Ukraine. In southern war zone, in Kharkov state, no changes. In Zaporozhye, in Remivka salient, Russian army has restarted in Gulyai and Orikho area and advancing. On Zaporozhye and border of Donetsk, Russian army captured Yasna Polyanka and advanced from there northwest side towards Kramatorsk district. In east on Kursk sector, Russians made gains southwest of Pobeda and advanced towards the outskirts of Ilinka from this direction. In totality, Russians advanced towards Novoselidivka and captured it and also took over Petrivka and most of Beretsky, almost 80% of the village. They are also closing gap between Dalny and Suntsivka. Battle is on for Elizavetivka and Ilinka, which is south of Kurukho, and their offensive operation is towards Uspenivka, and offensive operation in Kurakho itself from the eastern sector is continuing. Toresk, Russians offensive operation on in the center and made advance in northwest side in Toresk village. Chasiuya, Russians advance is continuous in the city and also they made gains north of Chasiuya. Ukrainians bridgehead as far as Klishivka and further south like in Andrivka is on the verge of losing to Russian army. Same time there is threat that Stupochki may fall and this will bring end of Chasiu closer. Siversk positional battle on. In northeast Ukraine, that is Kupian, Swato, Kremina, Russians fully captured forest belt north of Kalisnikivka and entered Zhaivotivka village. Battle in north and northeast of Kupiansk continuing. North of Kharkov, that is Slobozansky direction, Ukrainians launched an attack in Lipsty direction. If they gained anything is not known. On Belgorod front, no changes. Kursk offensive operation continues in most of the part of the two cities, that is Kurino and Sudza. No significant changes reported. Interdiction mission continuing heavy from both the sides, and it is well known now that Ukrainians have started using ATACMS. They launched 6 of them in Bryansk region, causing some damage. The effect of entry of ATACMS and other long-range missiles into Russian territory will have a different dimension, but it is to be yet seen if Russian Federation is able to counter it in different fashion other than the previously air defense methods, even though they have new doctrine to safeguard themselves on nuclear weapons. Palestine, Israel, Middle East, no significant changes. However, there are some important informations. US aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln has left from Middle East like earlier Eisenhower. And this makes, as far as Middle East is concerned, free of American warships. Houthis hit a Turkish cargo ship which was destined for Israel. And in the meantime, Hezbollah destroyed 1 IDF soldiers and wounded 5 of them, while IDF continues its airstrike and ground operations both in Gaza and against Lebanon. Russian new policy on nuclear deterrence says clearly that it has right to use nuclear weapons in response to use of weapons of mass destruction against itself and its allies, or critical threat to its territorial integrity. I doubt that uses of ATACMS in which the American specialists are required in the territory of Ukraine will lead to uses of nuclear weapons, even they may be small or tactical ones. Americans seems to know well how to cross red lines one by one, slowly but positively, towards their sole aim of destroying Russian Federation strategically. Will there be any effect of Middle East heading towards the Third World War? Maybe, may not be, but the time will only say. Otherwise, mass protests, both for and against Russia, for and against American and NATO forces, continuing globally, though at lower scale at this given moment. But in totality, friends, we have moved an inch forward towards Third World War. Despite all the efforts by the global citizens, we need to do something more, something differently, and ensure that the present hawkish warmongers who are ruling us must be destroyed, dethroned in totality. Unless that is done, we are ourselves doomed along with them. In addition to whatever's happening as far as climate change is concerned, Delhi has seen one of its worst days where AQI crossing 700, reaching almost up to 800, like a gas chamber killing all of us. And that's the end of my talk today, friends. Thank you.